Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
All right, welcome. This is episode 221 of the world-renowned Sleazy Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sleazy, joined by Mr. PBS.
Quiet, piggy.
What about the Epstein? Quiet, piggy. And as always, I shouldn't say as always. I mean, he's been on a roll here lately. I love the dedication, dude. He just worked his second job. How many hours have you worked today?
Like 10 and a half.
10 and a half, and he's here recording. Yep. So, I mean, you can add that on and brag about it if you want.
No.
So, I mean, really, it's like 12, 13-hour day.
Well, I don't count this as a job. It's just fun, so I love it.
But, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the pit bull, Robzilla. Jobzilla.
You need to get that like those radio DJs. Jobzilla.
You know, the beauty of AI. I'm sure there's an AI thing that can do that, or we could go to what's the website where you can contract people to do things for
Fiverr.
Fiverr, yes, Fiverr. So we could do that. That would be kind of cool. So before we get the show started, I just want to remind everybody, if you could, pretty please, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment on YouTube, Spotify. You can comment on the episodes on Spotify if you're listening there. And, obviously TikTok and Facebook, Twitter.
I'm going to look right in the camera when I say
X.
this. Say if you don't like this on whatever platform you're listening to it on or watching it on, that girl from The Ring will climb out of whatever and get your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, and if you don't comment, if you passively just go, I don't think I'm going to comment or like or share this, God will kill a kitten.
Yep.
And it's a fact.
It's your fault.
And it's your fault. Exactly. Not my fault.
No,
it's not my fault. I am the most supportive mofo that you will ever come across. I like and react to some of the most weird posts that people post on Facebook.
But they're great.
No, I wouldn't say that, but I'm supportive.
Yeah.
You want to complain about how bad your day is? I'll give you a little care emoji.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about how bad the work environment is and nobody listens to you or puts forth the effort? Give you a like.
We're with you.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now Rob doesn't do that. Rob does not like it took us forever to condition you to like and repost the TikTok videos, and you still don't do it.
I do my best.
Yeah.
I've been better when I have been.
You act like it's such a fucking chore to tap.
It is.
Tap.
It's tough.
Like Happy Gilmore said, tap.
Taparoo.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Africa, Rob, a whole family is trekking miles and miles just to get some water to take home, and you can't double tap a video.
No.
And I've been watching some of the Ken Burns American Revolution documentary, and you see the amazing things that these men and women did when they traveled over a boat to get here, and literally built communities and colonies. And we're over here telling Rob he needs to push a button. Like, it shouldn't even need to be said. You're the producer. Like, this is as much your show as it is mine and PBS's. So the success and the overall distribution of the show is in your hands too. Okay. So, not that anybody follows you, so it wouldn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But it still helps out.
Yeah.
The system recognizes that you liked it and reposted it, so the shit that you're liking, it'll feed it to other people that are liking the same shit.
He's got more followers than anybody.
What if Rob was secretly like a celebrity and He's just doing this to like kind of get away and hiding it, you know?
This isn't Robzilla's Bubba Otep here. I'm not Elvis.
That you are not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to search for the tappity tap tap sound bit. I can't find it. Nobody's putting good sound effects on this. Dude, that's so weird though. Look at this. Like we were just talking about Fiverr. Hold on, let me share the screen here. Let's get it on here. Entire screen. We'll go here. We also want to share the audio. Look at that. What's the ad up there? They're listening to us.
Big Brother's listening.
They're listening. They're listening, dog. What do you think about that?
I'm just glad they're listening to the show.
Yeah, okay. I got that set up. I forgot to set that up when we were hauling to get the show done because we were watching the Age of Disclosure documentary. But so before we get started, I know I said make sure you like and subscribe. Let me take that graphic off there. We're going to talk about the Age of Disclosure, the new released UAP documentary. It's been very anticipated in the UAP community in general. A lot of news sites have been talking about this, news stations, I guess you could say. Then we're going to go to Zilla's Tubi pick. Then PBS and I are going to talk about the Running Man, not the original, but the remake with Glenn Powell. I get mixed up with Glenn Powell. I don't know if you guys know that.
That's okay.
And I'm like, relax.
It's okay.
Relax. I'm not signing autographs because I'm not him.
Mm-hmm. I understand. It's a tough world out there.
Yeah. I feel really bad for lying right now.
That's fair.
And then to close the show out, we are going to talk about Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Which is on Netflix right now.
Yes.
Full disclosure, I really wish I would have seen that in the theater.
Mm.
I don't know. Was it even released in theaters?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just not here?
Well, limited run. I kept looking if Marcus or somewhere else had it, but I didn't see any.
You weren't going to go anyways.
I still like to know.
I was looking, but
Rob, did that movie play at your local theater? It sure did play at my local theater. Did you go see it? Well, I wasn't able to.
Yep, exactly.
But it played, buddy.
I was too busy taking the trash out.
Mm-hmm.
So how was your work day?
Yeah, it's another day, man.
Just another day?
Dealing with stupid ass people.
So when you pull up to Lulu Women's Warehouse, are you like...
No, because I'm by myself most of the time. All I do is clean, so I'm not bothered.
When you bend over, is it like...
No.
Why not?
Sometimes in the bathroom, though.
Okay.
You clean, it just hits you. Yeah.
All right.
It's my less stressful of the jobs.
It's your less stressful. Like, how stressful can working at L1 Games be?
Well, trust me, it can be when certain people walk in.
No, it's not.
Shit.
You just... Bro, I've spent a lot of time in that shop. It's not that stressful.
It is just when it comes to buying and selling stuff, I would say.
It's not that stressful.
Rob loves his janitorial job. He probably keeps the lights on low, puts on some old headphones and a cassette Walkman and jams.
Oh yeah, he's got the old school foam Sony wired headphones.
Dancing with his mop and broom. He's loving it.
80s montage. Yeah.
And he's like, "Let me talk to you."
Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm going crazy with the soundboard right now. So work is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't look worn out while you're here.
I don't feel bad.
What time did you wake up this morning?
About 5:30.
About 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're ready to go to bed probably.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm always ready to go to bed.
I'm always ready.
Man, I couldn't sleep worth shit last night.
Really?
Could not get to sleep. I don't know what my deal was. Of course, I'm out of sleeping gummies, so
that's probably a factor. You're dependent on it now.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't take them every day, but I mean, shoot.
Fucking junkie.
He's addicted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't sleep without him, man.
I can't sleep, man.
Or
I could discipline.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, I just I don't know. It was like Christmas Eve for me last night. Like I knew that documentary was coming out today, and I was like thinking about, oh, you gotta get up, and I just, when you just lay there and you're like, don't look at the clock, don't look at the clock, don't look at the clock.
You look at the clock.
I looked at the clock and it was 3:00, and I was like, what's going on here?
Fuck me.
Can't sleep. It is. It's like you hear that and you're just like. All right. So we watched Age of Disclosure. Rob made it about 75% of the way. When we were 75% of the way through, I'd say. So you caught like the last quarter of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was a very well anticipated documentary about UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call it. But this documentary focuses a lot on the government aspect of it. And I forget how many people that were like senior government officials that were in this documentary. Here we go. It would help if I just read the little blurb for this. Let's get it on here. Okay, so director Dan Farah. Do you know what Dan Farah is famous for?
No.
He worked on Ready Player One, the movie. Dan Farah got 34 senior members of the U.S. government, military, and intelligence community to come on camera. He says they reveal an 80-year cover-up of the existence of non-human intelligent life in a secret war amongst major nations to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin. The film explores the profound impact the situation has on the future of humanity, while providing a look behind the scenes with those at the forefront of the bipartisan disclosure effort. Woo, that's a lot to digest there.
That's a lot more epic sounding than it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Listen, they're not showing you pictures of
right,
of aliens or anything like that.
Crash sites or anything.
But there is like certain moments in the documentary where you can see the emotion of the people being interviewed. And he was on Joe Rogan. The episode aired today, and I listened to most of it. And one thing that like stood out in his interview with Joe Rogan to me was that he was talking about interviewing people, and he was like, when you see Marco Rubio, he kind of quivers up on certain parts, certain questions that I ask him. And yeah, you can see him look uncomfortable when he's talking about certain aspects of the UAP situation. And just the impact of not being prepared when it comes to that, so to speak, Cold War of the battle for this technology, reverse engineering this technology that they supposedly have. But I found it to be a very good documentary. You guys were on your phones most of the time, it looked like. You kind of zoned out, didn't fucking care, just like you're doing now. But
says the guy sending reels about Marjorie Taylor Greene during the movie.
Listen, I am multi-talented, and I can focus on more than one thing at once. I'm mentally ill. What can I say?
You did see certain people. They're very intense when they're telling.
Oh yeah.
That, so they're pretty scared from what you've seen.
Some of them are.
Were they, Rob? Were they scared?
I don't think.
Like
or were they full of shit?
it could be too.
Listen, I do think that there's definitely some cats that are full of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like that Eric Davis dude, which they're all like doctorates of physicists and stuff like that, and doctorates of physicists. They're just physicists. I don't know what you want to call them. I think some of them have doctorates, but like I see that dude and I'm like, that dude, like there's something that like my bullshit meter goes off with that dude. And I'm just wondering, because they run disinformation campaigns all the time, and there's these psyops where they try to persuade the general public on certain issues, but he's up there just so confidently like, yeah, there's approximately this many species, and there's this and that. But there is a scene in this, because they kind of break it down into chapters.
Yeah.
And on Joe Rogan, Dan Farah was like, my director's cut was 4 hours, and I had to get it down to something acceptable. So it was around 2 hours. I think it was like an hour and 50 minutes or something like that. But there's one like chapter where they talk about the science. Supposedly they've figured out like how these things defy gravity and move at their own speeds and are able to transcend through certain objects or whatever. And they talk about a warp bubble. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I did like that.
Were you here for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like it might be time is different when they're in the ship or around the bubble where it's like a few minutes and they walk out. It's like,
and they
5
explained
hours.
how like certain radars wouldn't pick them up because the radar would just go over the bubble.
Yeah.
But I thought,
Interesting. Yes. Factual. Who knows?
yeah, nobody knows. I mean, and if anything, it's quality entertainment. I guess you can look at it. I've always looked at my, I don't know if you would call it. I'm not like super obsessed with this stuff, but I always found it entertaining. So I always look at it as entertainment to me. And I personally, I feel like what's the saying? Like the truth is somewhere in the middle. So I feel like some of this is probably bullshit and some of it's probably true. And it's probably somewhere in the middle there. Are they aliens from another another solar system or something of that nature? Who knows? Probably not. But it would explain how they could get here with that warp bubble and stuff like that. They can warp space and time and get here in no time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just very interesting. And it's so interesting to see these high level government people that have their retirements and their careers. I mean, it seemed like most of them were retired. So their career's essentially over.
So they can go ahead and just say it.
Well, they can't say everything because of their NDAs. So they're allowed, they go through like a DOPSR process through the Pentagon where they say, hey, I'm going to write this book or do this interview, and they have to submit what they're going to say. And the Pentagon comes back and says, you can say A, B, not C, maybe D, not really though, and you can definitely say E.
You have to work around D.
Wusses.
Yeah. And Ross Coulthart did a interview. Good day, mate. From Down Under. He did an interview with Eric Davis recently, and Eric Davis was like, listen, he's got that goofy mustache and that old guy like flab going on. And he's like, listen, if President Trump signs an executive order that waives me of my NDA, I will tell everything. And it's like, let him tell everything then.
He doesn't know who you are, dude. It's okay. Not gonna happen.
I'm pretty sure he does.
No, he doesn't.
He probably does. He just doesn't. You know how it is. He's on his own world.
Just think how many more jobs Rob could get if he had access to a warp bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, yeah. Rob could literally do a job and then be at another job in a split second.
He could be at his other job before his first job started.
Yep.
But they really do a good job of explaining it. I thought it was a really well put together documentary. Like, it's shot really well. The interviews are done really well. And it's like the way they put everything in order is done really well. The one thing I wish they would have avoided entirely, like they kind of make Lou Elizondo the star of it, if you want to call it that. But he's at like a chalkboard and he's explaining everything and underlining it. And like, I thought that was kind of silly, especially with Lou Elizondo being conned a lot and just sharing whatever image gets shown to him. You would think that guy would know better.
So he's more the focal point, you would say, then.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's not about him per se, but he's definitely like your guide through the documentary, if you want to say. But I thought they should have just went with a voice to kind of narrate it.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have done it. But I mean, there's plenty of like people that would have signed up to fucking do it.
I'd like to tell you the aliens didn't mutilate anyone that day.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell you that.
But that's not the case.
But old Andy Dufresne was mutilated by those aliens.
By Andy Dufresne.
Sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that?
Man, but listen, if you're not like, if you don't know anything about this stuff, like there wasn't anything new that I didn't know about. Like I've read a bunch of books and
Rob's looked at a
Here
bunch
we
of
go.
books.
yeah.
I was waiting.
Have you read anything from that book?
This
yet?
motherfucker is locked and loaded to snipe me in the face with that.
We've been talking about that all week. Like, how are we going to set it up to make fun of Rob not being able to read?
Once you said books, I was like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I saw his eyes just like,
My eyes shifted to him.
did your heart sink a little bit? Like,
No.
here it comes. They're going to make fun of me.
I'm not surprised.
Nah, but I mean, like, I've read so much stuff. I've watched so much stuff. I've listened to so much stuff. There's nothing new in there that was a shocker to me. Yeah, they go into a little bit more detail about the bubble that forms around crafts, but I knew everything about the nuclear facilities and the football-sized rectangular crafts that people have seen in and out of the water.
The super Walmart rectangular.
Right, that was a great line in it. The guy's like, "This wasn't just a Walmart-sized UAP. It was a super Walmart-sized UAP."
And there goes the bullshit meter right there. There it goes.
I don't know. I mean, that's just that guy's way of describing it and getting it out. I
I've
don't.
never seen a super Walmart from above, so I don't know how big one looks.
No.
But one has to say, like, these people are all staking their reputations on this. So, I mean, it presents you with three options, really. Number one, either these are not well people. They're very mentally disturbed. Number two, it's a part of some psyop, and they're just playing their role within the government. Or number three, they're telling the truth. And either option you go to is quite an amazing, would be quite the amazing answer. Because if they're mentally ill, why is our government hiring these mentally ill people and keeping them in their positions?
Yeah.
And why isn't the government coming out and challenging these individuals that are speaking out? I mean, they tried to do so with David Grush or Grush. I've heard his name pronounced so many different ways. And definitely Lou Elizondo. But the rest of these guys, like, you don't ever hear him say shit about Hal Puthoff. You don't ever hear him say shit about James Clapper. You don't hear him say shit about Jay Stratton. And his testimony, I mean, this is a guy that was ahead of a lot of shit. So, and he's on there telling you, I've seen non-human bodies, I've seen non-human crafts. And like, okay, where'd you see him at? I wish they would have made him elaborate on that. But then again, he probably
Non-disclosure.
Yeah,
Non-disclosure.
non-disclosure. I can't tell
NDA.
you.
Can't tell you. Not until my book comes out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people use the book excuse, like, oh, if they're making a book, then I'm done with them. I don't want to hear anything they have to say. But do people really make a living off books anymore? I mean,
Sometimes.
yeah, but for like something as fringe as like UFO and UAP, like, can somebody really retire off of writing a UAP book?
Can Rob write a UAP book, having never read another UAP book, and get on the bestseller list?
There's one guy that they didn't have in this documentary who I've read one book that he did with George Knapp, the Hunt for Skinwalkers or whatever it was. James Lukatsky, and he's one of those. He's like Hal Puthoff and Eric Davis. He ran like Hal Puthoff did like the remote viewing, and then he did some other UFO stuff. But I think Lukatsky worked hand in hand with him, and maybe Eric Davis too. Like, these guys are all part of a UAP club, it seems like. So I think there's definitely some truth to it. But it's interesting that they've kind of confirmed, like, the one UFO touching down at the air base in California and them interacting with whatever came out of the UFOs. But there's definitely some interesting stories in here. And I mean, I don't want to go through and break it down, chapter by chapter, incident by incident, because I want people to watch this. And I think it's a well done documentary. I mean, obviously it's nothing that's going to take you off the edge of your seat if you've heard of some of this stuff. And you guys have heard of it all because I send it all to you, obviously. Yeah. But for people that don't know anything about the UFOs history and all the conspiracy theories, this is definitely a very informative documentary for you to watch. And I know they're trying to get it like nominated for the Oscars and stuff like that, because they're releasing it in theaters today in select cities or whatever. They're going through that process of trying to get it into the documentary category, I guess you could say. But PBS, you watched the full thing, and you were the most skeptical dude here. What is your impression of this? Was it really the documentary that they're like saying it was? Because I've been waiting on this for like 2 years, it seems like. So it finally came, and I'm just like, yeah, it wasn't nothing new.
Exactly, it's nothing new. It's if you saw the one from whenever it was the program, it's almost exactly the same thing, except the program had maybe a few more out there stories than this one. But
well, I think this one had more interviews. And it had a little bit more stories.
Yeah, but it was mostly just the same.
The program went into like the legacy thing a little bit more, but this one had more stories of like the air base and stuff like that. And I mean, they pretty much tell you that Roswell happened in this, and it's so. I mean, James Fox has done that in a couple documentaries too, but I still think James Fox has done the best documentary, and that to me is the phenomenon. And then obviously you have Moment of Contact, which he's coming out with a follow-up to that. So I guess he's got a doctor that saw the alien that crashed in that one or whatever. But so that should be pretty interesting. But you're saying it's nothing new. Was there anything that caught your attention in it when you weren't on your phone?
Not really. It's the same kind of usual speculation. Same. Oh, well, I can only tell you so much. It's classified. Oh, I got the NDA. You know, at the end there, even you kind of made fun of, Lou Elizondo's kind of like, I could tell you if I told you any more. He basically said, if I told you a word more, they're gonna kill me. You're like,
you're still here, buddy.
Yeah. And like, and the same, even some of the other ones, like, I'm just tired of, like, if it's literally like maybe. Like, like you said, they suggest like, oh, maybe they're coming here to turn all our nukes off so they can attack us. It's like, wow. And you're not going to elaborate because of an NDA? Aliens
right.
are coming to kill us, Rob. Can't tell you any more about it. Sorry.
Yeah, the fate of the human race depends on you spilling your guts here, and you're not going to say anything.
I signed a document.
I got to protect my pension.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you're not going to be around to use your pension.
Aliens are going to blow up the earth, but that pension, buddy.
My thing is, like, I definitely feel like there's something here surveilling us. And, like, you look at the incidents with the nuclear sites. They go in, they shut them off, they turn them on. Like, there was an incident in Russia at one of the bases there where they store their nuclear missiles, and it just happened to be one of the bases that's pointed here, and it went in, turned everything on. I mean, it was like seconds away from launching, and they were trying to abort it. They couldn't do anything, and then it just turned it off and left. And we can sit here and say, oh, well, these are people that are just seeing shit, but it's like they mention in the documentary, these are things that are being picked up on multiple sensors and eyewitness testimony. So, and eyewitness testimony is not really reliable because your brain kind of like puts together patterns and you kind of assume things. But when you have the other data that goes hand in hand with that, it becomes pretty convincing, I would say. Because, I mean, if a person says they see something and you're like, oh, yeah, we got that on this, we got it on camera. We've got it on radar. We've got it on this sensor. So, I mean, at that point, I mean, I think it was warranted, it warrants some kind of further study or investigation. But there's definitely some crazy shit that goes on. I would definitely say that.
I want a selfie of Jay Stratton with his arm wrapped around a gray alien throwing the deuces. That's what I want.
Yep. So we all want.
But I do appreciate, like you were never, like, completely, like, 100%, like, denial skeptic. You're like, oh, it could be, but until I see something.
I mean, clearly these videos exist.
Yeah.
Clearly those pilots saw something.
I looked over at you on the one where it was, like, Ryan Graves. I forget which one that's called, but they're essentially they have the video of the one sensor that picks it up. And you can see he explains, he's like, listen, this is like in hurricane winds. And it's just maintaining its flight. It's not moving or anything. And then the craft starts to rotate. And, like, I remember the first time I saw that, it was in The Phenomenon. And I got goosebumps. Because, I mean, when you see something and your body just kind of reacts to it, like, it's not natural and it's not something that you've ever seen before. And you're like, wow, that's fucking creepy. But I specifically looked over at you and I said something and you were like, yeah, that's creepy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely something going on. And they're specifically telling us, like, we don't have anything in our government arsenal that matches this. And we know the Chinese don't have it. And we know the Russians don't have it. So is it these military industrial complex, corporations have these and they're just not telling us?
Greasy Peter Thiel flying his personal craft.
Do you think Peter Thiel's flying around in
I gotta get to my Antichrist seminar.
He's flying around in the UFO with a bubble, and he's like
trying to find Greta Thunberg.
The Antichrist will never get me. Now, yeah, it's really weird. But when you see all these former government and intelligence and military officials, and they're saying these things, I mean, you have to think, like, well, why are they saying this? Like, I just don't see where there's a whole lot of money to be monetized or anything. Like, it's not like people got paid to be in this, at least that I know of.
Yeah.
But it makes me just kind of wonder, like, well, why are they doing this? Because, I mean, it opens you up to a lot of harassment. And, I mean, walking down the street, somebody will be like, there's that crazy fuck from that UFO documentary. Like, okay. Like, who wants that for their family,
How's E.T. doing, nerd?
Like, some of these guys have families and kids in school, and, I mean, the pressure that you put on your children when they go to school, like, your dad's the UFO kook.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants to do that to their family unless they're telling the truth? So
it's like, Dad, I need to be homeschooled now. I'm getting bullied every day.
I still don't think, like, these guys are all pretty well off. They make good money in the government. So, I mean, it's not an issue of them making a tremendous amount of money off of this. So it's really out there. And I think you have to look at it. Like, there are some people, you talk about this shit and they immediately deny it. They're like, well, because science says that it doesn't exist, it shouldn't exist. Like, I don't think we have everything figured out.
No.
Honestly, I don't think we know everything. I don't think we know everything about the universe. I think that there's a little bit more than what we have come to know. And I mean, I think you can look at the pyramids and kind of say there's something that we just don't know. We just don't know about past civilizations. And we talked about this last night heading home from the movies. And, the Earth is how many years old, PBS? It's billions.
Is that the Earth or the universe? Can't remember.
I feel like the Earth
I think there's like 15 billion years old or something.
Some people would disagree with you about that.
Hold on, let's go to...
Those aren't people, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Do you think ChatGPT would have our answer? Let's go here. Allow while visiting the site. How old is the Earth? Okay. The Earth is about 4.54 billion years old. This age comes from radiometric dating of the oldest Earth rocks, meteorites, and lunar samples. So, I mean, it's kind of silly to think that we've only flourished for like a couple thousand years or whatever, and that there wasn't some sort of advanced civilization. I mean, it's definitely possible. And like we were talking about last night, I was like, if there was some cataclysmic event, and let's say, like, let's go with the Bible, there's a giant flood or whatever. Water destroys a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And over a billion years, shit disappears,
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I just think that there's a lot that we don't know, and you can't be like so centered around being negative on some of this stuff. Like, you've got to have an imagination, and you've got to be open to exploring new topics and testing.
Open-minded.
You've got to be open to the scientific process. And I think these guys that claim that they're scientists, I mean, obviously they are, they're very, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a very,
he's annoying.
Yeah, he's the nerd type annoying where I'm right, you're wrong. But I mean, he's definitely open to having conversations with anybody that wants to challenge or learn something. Like, I thought it was cool what he did with Terrence Howard, even though I don't know what that dude's on. But like, he went through and graded his essay and gave him points and stuff like that. But I feel like to not be open to certain things and to be a scientist is kind of like, I don't
Stupid.
know. No, not stupid, but it's just kind of arrogant. And I feel like you should be open to exploring these things until there's a definitive answer. Like, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And like, obviously, if something's more advanced than us, it can hide in plain sight. But that's, and that's a big assumption there. And, part of science is testing things and then having it peer tested and reviewed and coming to the conclusion that there is no other options out there. But I just think that all this stuff is fascinating. And like in this documentary, they talked about, there was a meeting with George W. Bush, and they basically went through the pros and cons of what disclosure would be like. And they ultimately decided there's way more cons. So they were not open to disclosing any info. And that's if that meeting really happened. So once again, it's all about, I think you have to approach stuff with an open mind and not necessarily use a full imagination, but, use your imagination and be open to the possibility, and then go through the scientific process to come to that conclusion. And I feel like some of these cats, they're like, obviously we go through our studies and you get your degree and you just say, no, that's not the right answer. But I feel like part of science is always questioning and testing things and coming to a updated conclusion. And I don't feel like some of these dudes do that. But
was arrogance.
But they did have Gary Nolan in there. You see a guy like Gary Nolan, and you're like, that is his name, I want to say. Gary Nolan. Scientist with Stanford. He was the guy with the beard.
Yeah, the guy, yeah.
Yeah. Gary Nolan. Here we go. Let's find his thing real quick. Gary.
I think we could dress Rob up in a suit and have him talk about aliens.
Mm-hmm. At least I'd be a little bit more believable than some of these motherfuckers.
Just have like Rob just kind of slither around places.
I've seen the Greys.
That's right.
Yeah. You should say, no, what you really say is like, I'm the lone survivor of the war of the 1877 BC of the Greys.
And then when they ask a follow-up, I can't tell you anymore. I can't go into it.
NDA.
There's already been one attempt on my life today.
Yeah.
The second one's diabetes. They're trying to get me.
The government poisoned me with the diabetes.
Yeah.
Help me, RFK, help me.
Yeah.
What your problem is?
By the way, you see he looks like a total dipshit this week. They released
He does, doesn't he?
they released the study on fluoride, and they were like, actually, it doesn't cause cognitive issues with younger kids. It actually improves.
Well, we don't have the data, but I believe it does.
Well, that study wasn't the one I looked at.
They literally have studies that, like, the only time that stuff happens is in places with like supernatural high concentrations of fluoride in the water.
Yeah,
we already know that.
But anyways, so Gary P. Nolan is a British-American immunologist, academic, inventor, and business executive. He holds a Ratchford and Carlotta A. Harris Professor Endowed Chair in the Department of Pathology at Stanford University School of Medicine. This is a guy that holds an extreme position at Stanford. He has Nolan has founded biotechnology companies. Since 2022, most of his public appearances have been related to his support for UFOlogy and his belief that extraterrestrial intelligence has visited or resides on Earth. Some of his areas of research include autoimmunity and inflammation, cancer and leukemia, and hematopoiesis. Is that how you say that?
Sure.
You're the one with the nursing degree here. And using computation for network and systems immunology. Like, this guy's made groundbreaking discoveries in cancer, and he's pretty much telling you, yeah, aliens are here. I don't think he says aliens. He says non-human intelligence. They all say non-human because there's like this, most of them are saying that this is like dimensional beings. but they still say non-human because I mean, they just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
I always think of the episode with
Unless you're Eric Davis. Eric Davis is like, there's exactly 5 species.
yeah.
We've got the Greys, we got the Reptilians, we've got the Nordics, we've got the little guys.
Then you say like the Greys are like the most aggressive, or whatever.
Yeah, they say Greys are dipshits. Well, not dipshits, but they're very aggressive. Yeah. So I mean, you got a guy like this. This is a very successful dude. He doesn't need to do this shit, and he's out here telling you, yeah, there's something going on. And one of the books I read, a guy got radiation poisoning from an orb that was outside of his house. And this was somewhere in California, and he got really sick, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. And they're like, it sounds like you have radiation poisoning. But he's like, dude, I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's no radiation hitting me. Mm. And then he tells a story about the orb and going out and looking at it, and it kind of hit him with a beam. And they end up taking him to Gary Nolan. And Gary Nolan's like, yeah, you've definitely 100% got some kind of radiation poisoning. And that's another thing that they say, these people that have had encounters with these orbs or crafts, they end up with some type of radiation poisoning.
Burns too, haven't they? Burns
yeah, well, I mean, radiation burns you.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's just a lot of like really funky shit. And let's just say this is our advanced technology. And we're doing this to our own citizens that happen to get too close to it. Like, why are we flying this shit over populated areas? You know, like, why aren't they just flying it out over the ocean and not, you know, putting people in harm's way? So, I mean, you see stuff like that and you kind of put 2 and 2 together and you're like, oh, well, like, why would we do that? But then again, we dropped atom bombs in the middle of Nevada and shit for how many years? Didn't John Wayne and all them people die too, filming a movie? They all got cancer because all the radiation tests went downstream.
I don't know about that, but there's definitely, you know, things they did.
That's something to look into. I think that they got cancer from filming a movie down there.
Well, like they said in the documentary, we're a violent species, and there you go.
Yeah, whatever.
So.
What I really want to know, the information I need disclosed, is how many of these people that did interviews, how many of their mothers took Tylenol when they were pregnant?
Yeah.
Right,
that's
right.
what I really want to know.
Yeah, that's the question here.
I feel like there's definitely a high percentage. I mean, every pregnant woman takes Tylenol, right?
Every time when they say dimensional beings, I always think of a South Park episode where it's just really us from the future coming back to get jobs.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing.
Damn goobacks. Don't call them that.
That's another thing. In one of the interviews with Hal Puthoff, he talks about it. He goes, you know, a lot of people that specialize in like quantum physics that deal with time, they seem to postulate that these could be future humans coming back to observe certain things or something like that, of that nature. So it's a lot of interesting stuff, but I would say watch it. Even if you're a skeptic, watch it. Get a few good laughs. You know, we made fun of a couple parts there, and I'm probably the least skeptical dude, and I still made fun of some parts of it.
Look, some of it's silly. So
yeah, some of it. I mean, we have to understand that these aren't like the most. What do I want to say here?
Credible?
No, not credible, but these aren't the most social dudes.
I mean, I feel bad for a guy named Hal Puthoff. Hal Puthoff, I sure was put off.
Doesn't that sound like a dude that would investigate UFOs?
Yeah.
I mean, it just sounds like something out of Twilight Zone.
He is a UFO detective.
Mr. Puthoff. Like, I'm waiting for Puthoff to come in Stranger Things this season. He's one of those doctors that's experimenting on the underworld or whatever.
Like, I'm looking for Mr. Alien. My name's Mr. Allen.
But that, I mean, just think about the implications of that. Like, if they've been hiding all this stuff for all this long, no one will ever trust the government ever again. And
chaos.
They talk about the implications if they were to disclose certain things about how the world economy would collapse. So it makes you wonder, like, are they doing this for all the right reasons, or are they just avoiding it altogether for other malicious reasons? So who knows? But it is kind of telling when they ask them, they're like, has anybody been killed to keep hiding this stuff? And they're like, yeah.
I mean, I believe that.
I mean, I would
Hands
assume
down.
so. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a part where Lou Elizondo's like, if the government wants to kill you and make you disappear, they will kill you and make you disappear.
I mean, that's true.
I think, yeah, it's definitely
fair,
true,
yeah.
especially when you look at like people that were close to the Clintons, they all of a sudden commit suicide or whatever. There's some crazy shit out there.
Yeah.
And I would not, I mean, listen, we've all watched House of Cards and you see what they did to people in that show.
Yeah.
And that's all inspired from politics in real life. So the shit happens.
House of Cards was fantastic, and that's
It's a
scary
really
too.
good show.
Yeah.
I mean, politics is lethal when you get to a certain level.
Yeah.
So, but I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a really well put together documentary. Obviously, if you are 100% skeptic, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you definitely want to see or learn about anything that these people talk about in the UFO community or UAP community, whatever you want to call it, check it out and sit down, turn the lights out, get creeped out, and enjoy the show, I guess you could say.
So I came in late. So was Jeremy Corbell in the very beginning?
No, Jeremy Corbell is not in
Okay.
this.
Well, that's the problem.
Neither is George Knapp. So, but I thought it was shot very well, and I thought the interviews came off very well. It's a very well put together movie or documentary, but you can catch this on Amazon Prime. It's not like free. I ended up buying it because it was like $19.99 to rent it, and I was like, well, why not just spend the extra $5 and buy it? Because I know somebody's gonna want to watch it and come out. They're gonna be like, hey, do you have it? Can I come over and watch it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. But all right, so you know what time it is.
Zilla's Tubi pick of the week. Each week we pick the best.
I'm looking at the
From
poster for this, and I'm
Tubi's
cracking up already.
selection. This time it's a dud. I watched a film so bad it made my eyes go wide.
I know you hate that song.
I like it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, because I like the old timey feel to it.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
I was trying to go for something like a old-timey movie theater intermission for it. Okay, so this is Zilla's Tubi pick of the week, and he's going with Hard Boiled.
I'm back with my heroic.
Your heroic Asian movies?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the synopsis on this. As a cop, he has brains, brawn, and an instinct to kill. You got to laugh at that, right?
It's fantastic.
A cop who loses his partner in a shootout with gun smugglers goes on a mission to catch them. In order to get closer to the leaders of the ring, he joins forces with an undercover cop who's working as a gangster hitman. Is the gangster hitman the baby?
No.
That would be even 10 times better if it was.
Right.
They use all means of excessive force to find them. Oh man. So what did you give this?
Dude, it's 4.5 for me.
4.5,
It's
really?
amazing.
It's amazing.
Well, first
huh?
off, it's a John Woo film.
Oh, is it really?
It's John Woo.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
The first.
Chow Yun Fat.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Zilla's cheating here by picking a classic.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I bet this is hardcore then.
Dude.
A lot of shooting.
The first.
Do people run off walls and flip over people and shoot them?
There's one with Chow Yun Fat where he jumps out of the way from getting shot, and it's on the railing of a stairs, and he slides down shooting them.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, like the first 10 minutes of this shootout is fucking fantastic. I mean, of course, you get the double handguns shooting Chow Yun Fat, so you know that's John Woo. There's birds, so it's John Woo. It's a classic shootout. Now, with the baby thing there's a shootout in the hospital. There's with the babies around, so that's probably why they put him on there. But it's fantastic. Have you ever seen the very opening of it?
No.
You gotta watch.
No, I've never heard of this.
Jesus Christ! Come on now.
I'm currently awaiting my 4K Blu-ray that Scream Factories or Shout Factories messed up and didn't send out to some of their suppliers.
So you suffered from it.
Yes, there's I buy some of my Blu-rays and stuff from Diabolic DVD, And they're really good. Good packaging. They send stuff out early, decent price, all that stuff. And these are we've talked about these movies coming out before, but like Hard Boil's out, and there's a series of movies called A Better Tomorrow. And I think Chow Yun-fat's in at least one or two of those.
See, those I've never seen.
Yeah. And
I don't know how many Chow Yun-fat movies I've actually seen.
Well, these ones, like we talked about before, these ones that have been hard to find for a long time because because nobody wanted to claim the rights or say exactly who had it. So they haven't been released on Blu-ray in like a long time. But I ordered from Diabolic DVD, and Shout Factory, who's doing all these in America, didn't send them their full order.
Okay.
So I actually emailed them this week, and they said, well, we won't know till December till we have some more in. I'm like, oh.
So, I mean, I've definitely seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The Replacement Killers is the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
It's such a gritty movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking here. That might be it.
It's wild.
Yeah,
The heroic cinema is fantastic. So
it sounds like it.
I mean, The Killers.
Man, he's got a lot of credits, dude.
Yeah. I think he's most known for, or American-wise, is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
And then he started getting more of the roles, like, The Replacement Killers and all that.
Every stuntman in this movie deserves a goddamn Medal of Honor recognition of their exemplary service to the cinematic art form.
I guarantee like 40 people die in
There's a scene, as Rob talked about, there's a shootout in the hospital toward the end where he's fighting the one guy, and they keep jumping through windows. They jump through like 4 or 5 windows in the whole fight scene, going after guns and each other and everything. It's terrific.
And then the opening scene too with Chow Yun-fat, he's shooting and killing all these people with a toothpick in his mouth.
Talking about this movie turns you into a 12-year-old.
Exactly.
I liked when the motorcycle explodes. I was like, yes, for every action scene, and no, for every freeze frame. I do enjoy reading people's reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are brilliant, dude. Yeah. They really hook and sink you, man.
That's it.
So Many Babies was one review. We'll give them a like. Okay. So this is what you're going with, huh? Nothing,
I love it.
Nothing crazy, nothing out of the norm.
No sharks. There's not one shark in this movie.
Not one shark.
Not one shark.
I'm shocked.
Ghost shark, not a fucking T-shark, nothing.
So if you had to pick, like, what's your favorite Chow Yun-fat movie?
I'll have to go back and revisit some of them.
Give me 5 movies to watch, and I'll work on it at some point. It's getting harder to do this stuff now, but I'll definitely work on it through the rest of the year. Yeah. I'll make that commitment. How's that sound?
And I'll make a better commitment with some more shitty movies.
Why don't you make a commitment to reading some of that book?
That's tough.
It's really not that tough, dude.
It's a tough go.
10 minutes, read a chapter every 10 minutes. I mean, I know you know how to read. I've seen you read.
It's disgusting, but I've seen you read.
I'm not saying that. I mean,
I know.
I don't know like your
level,
your reading level or anything, but I've seen you read shit. I've seen you stare at stuff, so I think you recognize patterns and letters.
It's going through my mind like the Green Hornet, where he's just sitting there processing. You've been sitting there for 3 hours.
We ought to just bring that book over the next time. We're going to make you read a page out of it. I'm telling you, dude, once you start to read, you'll really enjoy it. And it really, it's exercising your brain, like you need to, I think everybody should read a little bit every day.
No, it is,
And I say that from someone that, I never refused to read. I read articles and shit, but I never read books. Yeah.
Can't make me
I never read books, after I got out of middle school per se. I used to read a lot as a kid. I mean, I loved Goosebumps and all those horror books.
I was more a fan of Fear Street.
I never read Fear Street. I read Goosebumps, Animorphs, and what was the Tales? What's the other one? What I'm
Tales
Scary Tales to Tell in the Dark or whatever. Yeah.
I
remember reading that, and I loved all those, dude. I
feel like Fear Street was a little bit more mature version of Goosebumps a little bit, I would think.
Yeah,
so
Fear Street's kind of like that middle school.
So I like that one a lot more.
But yeah, I mean, you should definitely read, man. I mean, it's good for you. It's not bad or anything like that. And the more you read, the better you get at it, obviously, with anything.
Yeah.
It goes for anything.
Any skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill to watch these shitty movies. I tell you that.
Yes. But I often wonder what you do with your time, Rob. I mean, like,
Time.
I find myself wasting time wondering what you're doing with your time. Like I sit here and I
I hate you for that.
the equations start coming out of my head. I'm like, how can he waste so much time?
You'd be like, Rob, FaceTime me right now. I know what you're doing right now, right this second.
I'm going to start messaging Tracy and be like,
I'm cleaning a toilet right now. What's up?
all right, make him read right now. Put a timer down. Get one of those little cooking timers and just set it to 10 or 15 minutes and just read.
Pretty sure we have that.
Rob's like, I'll put it on my list.
I'll add to my watch list is to read.
Yeah, whatever.
The disgust in your voice is priceless.
It's amazing, dude. Like, you refuse to do it. And it makes me believe that you've made it through this long in life without learning how to read. And there's people that are like that.
That's true.
They don't know how to read, but somehow there was a dude we went to school with.
Yeah. JJ.
JJ. Yeah, that was his name. I'll never forget.
Put the guy on blast, why don't you?
I liked he was.
It wasn't no secret.
Yeah.
Like, if he was here, he'd be like, "Yeah, I don't fucking know how to read."
He'd say, "I don't know how to read."
Yeah, he would fucking brag about it.
Well,
like,
and he's always nice too, but quiet.
super cool dude.
Yeah.
I'll never forget one time he showed up with he was friends with a guy that Luke's older brother was friends with, and he would run around with him. And I remember being at Luke's one Saturday night, and this motherfucker pulls up in the driveway in this old beat up truck, and I'm like, how did he get his license before me? He can't read.
I think he ended up being like a mechanic.
Yeah. I mean, the dude was super nice, super cool guy. But I always wondered that, like,
people picked on him a little bit too about him not reading. So it really pissed me off.
Well, and he was one of those kids that was in the work program where you worked with a custodian in the school and shit like that. Super cool dude. But I always wondered, like, how did he get his license? He can't read.
How did Rob get his license? He can read.
Not that. You need to be able to read to drive. I mean, obviously, the big red sign means stop.
Well, you just need to know the signs, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess he just went in, and he probably got it when he was 18 and just went in. And
yeah.
But you still got to take the written test. I bet somebody went in and took it for him. I bet somebody did.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I wonder what happened to him. You ever you think about people you went to school with, you're like, I wonder if they're still alive.
Then you wonder with certain people, like, I hope they fucking died because he sucked.
Maybe one or two, but
there's like 4 or 5 for me.
For the most part,
and we know one.
For the most part, I'm a very loving person. I want everybody to be happy. And
as he said, you're picking on Rob for 5 minutes.
I am, but
love him because he loves me. That's all.
But that's tough love, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I want Rob to better himself. I don't want him to keep.
Quit being a fucking idiot, Rob.
Yeah. Nah, like I genuinely want everybody to be happy. Seriously.
Yeah.
But there are a couple people that were extreme shitheads when we went to school with them. They were always shitheads. You got a very evil vibe off of them. And even as adults,
they're still pieces of
like
shit.
you'd hear stories about, our one, obviously Hot Sauce worked in loss prevention. He would tell me stories about these individuals, and I'm like, yeah, they're still shitheads.
Yeah.
But that being said, I still feel like people can redeem themselves, even if it's later on in life.
Yeah.
Except for Rob.
Except for Rob.
You're unredeemable.
But, I really hope people turn it around. They live good lives and contribute to the community in some shape or form. But, there was definitely some shitheads. I don't know if I'm saying I wish they should die because... obviously that's somebody's kid, that's somebody's baby, you know what I mean? And I mean, listen, at the end of the day,
shithead. So
at the end of the day, everybody has just as much right to be here as me and you. And I really want people to have good lives and not suffer. Obviously, I mean, nobody wants to see people in the shitter for the rest of their life. But God damn, you're an evil fuck, Rob. Maybe I should rethink having you over here.
That's okay.
Do you tell people you wish that I should die?
Never.
Like,
I said,
you
that's
think
my baby.
you think he goes home to Tracy and he's like,
no,
they fucking picked on me because I can't read. I wish they just fucking die and I never have to go over there again.
He goes home and
I
writes
got-
in a diary.
I cry in my pillow.
Yeah. When Rob dies, Tracy's gonna be like, "I found this, and you guys really need to read this."
This motherfucker had voodoo dolls made of you.
You drove him to his death. I did. We were out one late. Was it last night? And I was like, Rob's just gonna hit me in the face one day. He's just gonna wail off and hit me.
I told him no, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
No, I would
you love me.
I would do.
I'm like the brother you never had.
Exactly.
So
That's how I feel about hot sauce. He's the older brother who I never had.
yeah, yeah.
You're a piece of shit, Rob. I
I'm
love
sure
you
he
too.
doesn't feel the same about you.
Oh, I know. Not at all.
If he wasn't working right now, I would call him and be like, "So how do you feel about Rob?
Fuck that.
He's not here. Don't worry."
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. He's
He'd
just
be
a
like,
piece of
"Fuck
shit.
that piece of shit." Like, okay, Rob actually said, "Yeah, fuck that piece of shit."
Rob, you know,
I love you, but fuck
the
off.
words that Rob would come out of his mouth would be like, "Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair."
That's fair. Love you too.
I know.
I know.
Nah, I mean, I feel like there's obviously a way bigger difference from tough love to actually being hateful and shitty to somebody. And
I don't
Are
really
you
wish
sure
people
about
be dead.
that? Are you sure about that?
You sure about that? You sure about that?
by the way,
Rob's like, I can't tell the difference.
are you guys still watching his show?
Oh yeah.
I'm not. I haven't watched the most recent.
It's kind of tailed off with as far as like excitement, but it's
Yeah.
still good.
Yeah.
I think
I did see where it got greenlit for season 2.
Okay.
Boy.
Yeah.
No, it was. It kind of.
I hate myself for drinking.
You're my family now. I could charge you for this.
It started to tail off on like episode 3, and then episode 4 and 5 kind of came back for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know there was 5 episodes. Like I just kind of like turn it on Sundays.
Yeah.
What about South Park? Do you guys watch South Park?
I still haven't caught up on that
No,
one.
I haven't-
So you haven't seen the sex scene yet?
no.
Oh my god, dude. That last episode, like I thought my ribs were going to break because I was laughing so, and I was like I was crying so much, like my tears were going down into my mouth, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I had to pause it. Like the sex scene between Trump and JD Vance is hilarious, hilarious. Like they're in bed, and Vance kind of like they roll into side by side, and they're kind of like taking turns kissing each other, rolling around, and Vance grabs it, grabs his junk, and he's like, "Oh, boss, it's so big."
You wonder if they're getting intel like, oh, South Park made fun of you this week.
I'm so shocked that they haven't like said anything about it in the press, because the first time he got made fun of, he was like, "They're losers. Their ratings are terrible."
Yeah.
But this one, there's that sex scene in particular, like he mounts JD Vance, and JD Vance like grabs the sheets.
It's like one of those like romantic movies or
Yeah,
hardcore
yeah.
movies. Like
Oh,
that part. It's
definitely
just like
is.
that.
Definitely is, dude.
A romantic hardcore movie.
A romantic hardcore movie. I think we just found a genre for you to get into.
Exactly.
Rob's like, now you wanna fuck her like you're fucking her belly button, like Tommy Wiseau. Oh man, dude, you guys got to watch that so we can talk about it.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
I've been meaning to. Just keep putting that one off.
that one is fucking hilarious. Like, really, really fucking hilarious. Like, I don't think I've ever laughed as hard as I did in that episode. But it's funny. The name of that episode is Sora Not Sorry, and like it's a whole battle between the girls making Sora videos and the boys making Sora videos, and they're like getting shit dumped on them and stuff. It is so fucking hilarious, man.
The Bob Barker ones are fucking killing me recently.
All the Sora videos of
Yeah,
Bob Barker, yeah. It surprises me that they let people get away with some of those prompts because they're very racist, and I mean some of them are just
Drug use
downright.
and,
Like I can't even make a picture of Donald Trump and something provocative or embarrassing to Trump, but if you key around the prompts to where it'll go around that, you can do it. So I wonder if they're having to do like special prompts to get all that stuff out, or if Sora's just like, we're in the infant phase here and just go with it. Let's see what we can make out of this.
Did you see the one with, I forgot to share it, but it's the Halloween 4 with Michael Myers?
No, I haven't seen that.
The scene where he breaks the guy's neck, he grabs his neck after he tries to shoot him with a shotgun, and he leans in and kisses and starts making out with him. It looks so fucking real.
After he stamps his neck?
No, he grabs him and he starts squeezing, and then he pulls him close, starts making out with him. It's wild.
That's what Rob's watching in his free time.
By the way, they play Foreigners, I Want to Know What Love Is. When Trump and Vance are making.
That's even better.
Rob's
Banging.
got a whole genre of like monsters kissing men. I did not Google Freddy Krueger kissing me.
All right, so we're gonna move on to The Running Man. Let me type this in. I forgot to do that while we were chit chatting there. Got a little off topic there, but we're good. We're good. All right, so obviously this stars Glenn Powell, and this is a remake of the original one from the 80s. You know what year? 1987. You already got it pulled up. I like it, producer. That was starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who directed it?
Let me see here. Director for this film, Paul Michael Glazer.
Okay, so this one was directed by Edgar Wright, and you might know him from the Cornetto trilogy with Shaun of the Dead, and what was the second one? The cop movie.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz, and then they did The World's End. Simon Pegg and what's his face?
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost, yeah. But this one stars Glenn Powell, Josh Brolin, Michael Cera, Coleman Domingo.
William H. Macy.
Yeah, William H. Macy's in it for a little bit. I thought Coleman Domingo did a really good job, man. And
I think he's a little bit underrated.
He really is, dude. I hope he gets more roles, more serious roles, because he's a dynamite actor, and he's got a lot of range. And for those of you that are kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? He's the dude from
Fear of the
Walking Dead. Yeah, he was in that, and he plays a sleazy dirtbag all through that. And great character.
With his yacht.
Yeah, great character. And, I mean, he serves his purpose all through every season, it seems like. But as you can see, I gave this 3 stars out of 5 stars. And it was a fun movie. Glenn Powell is Glenn Powell in it. I mean... Yeah. I'd like to see Glenn Powell get some more serious roles because I think he's a little underrated right now. Like he's just the meat piece that they kind of put in there to get the women to go see the movies.
He's the eye candy, basically.
Yeah. But no, I thought he was good in this, and I'd like to see him. You know, whether it's more action roles or whatever. But I think he could do more serious movies, and I would hope he would challenge himself to do more movies like that. But definitely, if this is his shtick, then this is a good shtick to have. I mean, obviously, I don't think this movie's going to make its money back, but who knows? I don't think it had a very strong box office. They were talking about it bombing. But for those of you that don't know what this is about, it's hunt him down. Desperate to save his sick daughter, working class Ben Richards is convinced by the Running Man's convinced by the Running Man's charming but ruthless producer to enter the deadly competition game as a last resort. The producer is Josh Brolin, so he's kind of like the bad guy in this. But Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite and a threat to the entire system. As ratings skyrocket, so does the danger, and Ben must outwit not just the hunters, but a nation addicted to watching him fall. And, you know, it's very... I saw where people were complaining about this being a too much of a political movie. And it's
Did they not see the original?
Yeah, the original one is a political movie.
It's really not political enough. It's part of one of his problems.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course, Mr. P.S. is a big Stephen King fan. How is the adaptation with this movie than The Running Man from the original? Is it a little bit more accurate, or?
It's been a while since I've read it. I started listening to the audiobook actually this week, and I got about halfway through it. But the premise in this one is much closer than the Arnold Running Man. The same idea, but in that one, it's almost like a game show.
Yeah.
Like an 80s game show in a way. But in this one, it's closer with him. You know, in that one, they put him like in the grid or whatever, and he's got his buddies with him. But in this one, he's out in the real world running away from the hunters.
And it's 30 days. It's not just a game. So.
And they're running.
It doesn't last 30 days.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
Well,
at least I don't think it does it?
Well, you know, they say in the movie, no Running Man's ever made it the whole 30 days.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
The one guy makes it like 29 or something like that. Now, I like I like that they kept this. They gave it that retro 80s
action feel.
Yeah. Like it was like the feel of it is kind of in that 80s type movie. So if you're a fan of those movies, you'll appreciate what they did with that. And it's definitely like there's shades of Edgar Wright in it, but it doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie all the way.
Right.
But I had fun with it. I would tell you to go see this in the theater, but I don't think it's going to be there by the time you hear this or watch this.
So the budget was $110 million, and then box office is at 32.
Yeah, there's no way it's making that money
it's not
back.
making it, yeah.
Because I think it's going to be out of theaters within a week or two.
Yeah.
So whether it does that, did you see what it is? That total? Is that domestic or
That's global.
That's global? That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Because I mean, really, you've got to do what to make your budget back. You've got to do half that in domestic, right, and then the rest foreign.
I mean, it just depends on whatever, but you'd like to get your movie a domestic over 100 million.
Yeah, it's not going to happen though. That kind of makes me sad because I mean, I like these type of movies, and we were just talking about with horror movies like the trauma and shit like that. Like this was just a fun little action movie,
Yeah, it says domestic is 19.4, international is 11.2.
Yeah, so that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
A week. After 2 weeks.
I don't know. I felt like they advertised it a lot, so I don't know.
I feel like it got pushed more when it started getting closer to it.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if it's just people aren't like fans of Glenn Powell or whatever. I mean, I like Glenn Powell. I thought if he wouldn't have been in Twister, it wouldn't have been that good.
Yeah.
Or Twisters is what it was called. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just the movie is kind of disjointed. I think the problem with it is it didn't get very good word of mouth.
Yeah.
And because it's like you say, it's not a bad movie particularly, but I wouldn't call it particularly good movie. It's kind of disjointed. They don't. It's not quite dark enough to be like a gritty dystopian movie, and it's not like actiony enough to be an action movie through the whole movie. There's the action's good,
yeah.
And the parts where they actually do get a little gritty dystopian are good, but it needed to be more of one or the other.
It kind of felt like they were treading the line of playing it safe. Like they didn't want it to be too violent,
right?
Or too political.
It seemed like they were kind of trying to get it to be like a movie where everybody could come and watch it, but I mean, there is parts where you see people get like arrows through the head and shot in the head and shit, but it's so vague and fast.
Yeah.
Like the movie moves really quick. I mean, every scene is like boom, 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 like it's edited. I mean, you're watching the show, and I don't know. Like my one complaint about the movie is that it should have been more violent. I mean, obviously, it just should have been more violent.
Violent, gritty, something.
Yeah,
along those lines.
it's just missing that vibe that it advertises you the vibe that it's going to be that type of movie, and it's not.
Does it try to be a little bit more too funny too, at all?
Yeah, there's some scenes where they try to get you to laugh, like
it doesn't need to be there.
Because at the end of at the end of each week he has to turn in a tape.
Yeah,
or he has to record every day or something.
I wouldn't say it was. I didn't feel like it was like, we always complain about Marvel movies being too jokey. It wasn't too jokey. I don't think. But it definitely, like I say, it was just a movie that quite couldn't make up its mind what it wanted to be, and it tries to be.
It seems a lot of movies suffer from that. Back in the day, like the 80s, early 90s, like you knew what the movie was going to be, and they went fucking 110% at that.
And that's I've seen some reviews because I like the original quite a bit.
Yeah,
and
so do I.
People say like it is like an action dystopian movie, and it's almost because it just is what it is. It's not trying to be too many things. It actually ends up working better in most of those ways than the new one does.
Yeah.
And, I'm sure that one, it's just like this movie almost needed to be either it needed to be like a Paul Verhoeven movie. Like this should have been like RoboCop or like Starship Troopers, kind of satire almost.
Yes.
Satire action. Or they should have played it straight and gritty. And in the original story, Ben Richards actually does fly a plane into the tower where all the executives are. So you can understand why that doesn't exactly happen or hasn't happened before in any of these adaptations. And that's another thing, like the ending. Ben Richards kind of gets his revenge, but it's also it's like a happy ending and a sad ending in a way. And because I don't want to give any spoilers about
honestly, I think the average person will probably like this movie. I feel like if you're a cinephile, I don't know if I call us cinephiles, but if you're somebody that really is into, the plot of a movie, the writing and stuff like that, you're going to be disappointed a little bit.
I think it's just like I say, it's just kind of not all there.
Yeah, it's a very chaotic movie. It moves quick, and at times you're like, where are we at in this timeline? Or you know what I mean? Like it just like there's a part where he just walks up to Michael Cera's house, and you're like, okay, why is he here? Who is this person? You don't know.
Right.
So
well, there's a moment, like you say, where he's helping Michael Cera, or Michael Cera's helping him, and Michael Cera's dad was a cop, and he got out of the cops, and he becomes a hot dog vendor because that's what he really wanted to do. And then he ends up getting killed or the cops end up killing him that he used to work with and all that. So Michael Cera's got it out for the cops. And there's a part where his elderly mother lives there, and his elderly mother sees Ben Richards as he goes to turn him in. And they stop him, and then he said, if we turn him in, the cops will be here right now. And Michael Cera turns him in to get revenge on the cops. And you're like, so why didn't you just do that to begin with?
Yeah.
So it's just they go through all that running around just to get the action sequence in. You're like, that seems kind of dumb.
Which is just
like either you shouldn't have done it or you should have went straight to it.
Yeah.
And that's sort of kind of how I feel about the movie. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it led to an interesting action scene, which was cool, but
like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just slightly above average, and like I don't like it's kind of hard to convey because it's such a busy movie. Like, and there are great redeemable parts of this movie, so it's not a total loss.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think I don't think you're gonna hate it. I think you'll probably feel the same that we do.
I think when this thing hits streaming, everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
I've watched it.
I think it'll be exactly. When it hits like Netflix or something, it'll be a big hit, and then people will wonder why nobody went to the theater and seen it.
Like actually, I went to the theater and seen this.
And be like, it's streaming. It's. I often think about when I'm thinking about movies I saw back in the day. I ask myself, like, if I had rented that on a Friday night, would it have been a good movie? Like, yeah. Is it like an all timer? No, but it was a good Friday night rental back.
I know I say this a lot with movies and stuff, but I would love to see a series of this. Man, that would have been cool.
Well, certain movies, they come out as movies where like they can do way better as a series.
Well, I think the whole 30-day thing is like because the Schwarzenegger one, was it 30 days?
No, they just put him in there.
He was just in a game show. Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I feel like that would have worked a lot better in this one.
Well, just like I would have, like 30 Days of Night. I would love that as a series, as an example.
It's, and we kind of go around this sometimes, but like, because I still complain about how movies are too long. This one was right at 2 hours, I think, or just over. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was just a little under, I think, or something. Right at 2 hours. Looking it up.
It needed to be longer. I felt like to work some stuff in, but I feel like these movies aren't as efficient.
It's a little over 2 hours. Yep, 133 minutes.
So these movies aren't as efficient as they used to be. And
well said, dude. That's good point.
So like this, like the original ones, like an hour and 40 minutes or something. Like I feel like you could have gotten rid of some things or streamlined some things and figured it out, but I don't know. It's just not how they make movies anymore.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. And I like I said, we're Edgar Wright fans. I like Edgar Wright. This movie needed to be more like World's End Edgar Wright. I think that's still one of my favorite.
I made a point when we left the theater. I was really expecting to see something like Baby Driver, where you've got the classic Edgar Wright putting songs in and different kind of like meanings going around in the background and stuff like that. But we just didn't get that. I mean, you got like a couple songs in here, but it wasn't like your typical.
For me, they were kind of distracting.
Yeah.
Because you'd have these sort of like downbeat, they'd have like the electronic score would kind of come on and Ben Richards would be running somewhere. And then they'd put on these like upbeat songs for these action sequences. And you're kind of like, wait a minute, is this movie supposed to be kind of depressing or is it supposed to be actiony? And he's done that better in like Shaun of the Dead's had its moments where it tread that line better, but this one just doesn't quite do it.
Like, even in Shaun of the Dead and like Baby Driver, there was action sequences that went along to the music.
Yeah.
And the music didn't go along to the sequences in this. So I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not shitting on Edgar Wright for this. I mean, I feel like he did an okay job, but he could have done better.
I told you after the movie, like, I don't think he was the right pick to direct this.
Right.
This version of it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Running Man was only 101 minutes.
So we're giving it 3. You gave it 3 out of 5 stars too, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a solid little movie.
Plus, it's missing this quote here. Let me see if I can.
Richards is a runner. You gotta pick a stalker. I can pick anyone I choose. And I choose Ben Richards. That boy's one mean motherfucker.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But I mean, I enjoyed certain things about it, and like really, my complaint is that it just didn't scratch that itch that I was used to from the Running Man. But I really was hoping to see something a little bit more violent and fun, I guess you could say. But I still had fun.
Like I said, I mean, there's plenty of things to talk about corporations and stuff, and this movie even gets into it a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely touches on like the modern day corporation and monetizing things and healthcare and I mean everyday problems that we face as Americans, and even I can't even say the world, but I mean just the cost of living and stuff like that. And
as other people have pointed out, like this is a Paramount movie. Paramount was just bought by the Ellisons or whatever, and they're maybe getting in bed with the Saudis and Palantir and all that stuff. So like, these are the same people that are making the world of Running Man possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's very.
Do you think Ellison's like, it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Let's start working on that.
It's very sort of almost meta in its way that they're making the Running Man while they're really kind of making the Running Man in the real world in a sense, But yeah, I'm with you. 3 stars, it's fine. I think when it comes on streaming and people will check it out, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know what time it is. We are at our last segment here, and we are going to talk about Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which is exclusive on Netflix. And this came out, a few weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that? A few weeks ago?
Full disclosure, I didn't finish the movie.
You didn't finish it?
No, I was going to watch it today, but I kind of got involved.
Have you watched any of it?
I started it. I got through like the first half hour.
Okay, so you've got an idea of how it goes. And
November 7th it came out, Netflix-wise anyway.
thank you.
Like we were talking about earlier, this was one I was sort of trying to see in the theater. I can't remember. I'm sure it played at least some theater around here.
It was October 17th where it got released.
Yeah, but it was like limited showing.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to catch it when it was. And me, I'm kind of, especially during the work week, I gotta get like that right spot in the afternoon to find a movie. And if I don't get
Right.
Yeah, right.
Shoot, anymore now, if I don't start a movie at a certain time, I know I'm not going to finish it, and for whatever reason. But okay, so let me put this up on the screen here, and so Dr. Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but egotistical scientist, brings a creature to life in a monstrous experiment that ultimately leads to the undoing of both the creator and his tragic creation. So, see, a lot of people have high praise for this. Some people don't, but for the most part, people seem to like it. I really wanted to watch the behind the scenes of it that they have on Netflix too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have like a whole special there. I wish they would do that more with every movie they put out.
Well, they have that, and there's actually one, it's The Pain of Wick. So it's all about the series of John Wick, about how I got started and everything. I want to watch that as well. But I like stuff like that because it gets you more in depth with the movie.
No, I mean, I'm not like the biggest Frankenstein fan. I mean, I have an appreciation for the cinema that it spawned and everything, and
Same.
the monster universe and all that. But it's never been like my thing where I seek out or whatever. But I mean, if it's on, I'll check it out. But I really enjoyed this. I mean, Oscar Isaac was really good in it, I thought. The direction was great. I mean, I'm not a Mia Goth fan, and she was good in it.
This is probably her best role.
Yeah, definitely, hands down.
By far.
And that's, I mean, I did like her in X, and hated her in Pearl.
Because she screamed non-fucking stop.
Just
like a
the
psychopath.
constant. I feel like I didn't
Got the tip, huh?
like. It wasn't that I hated her per se in Pearl. I hated her character in Pearl.
Right.
And but I think Mia Goth is very talented. Obviously, she's got some issues, but
She's got that weird vibe.
Yeah,
and she
she's
still
a-
brings that to this movie, too, but
yeah, definitely.
You got a weird vibe.
I know.
I don't like. I wish they would have kept Frankenstein more like the original. And like, obviously, they do the long hair, and the face is all stitched together, and I'm like, you know, but that's a small complaint. You know, I mean, it's the movie itself makes you forget about any complaints you might have, but it starts off in, I think they're in like some kind of like Antarctica or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're trying to break the ice, and this crew is trying to break the ice and continue sailing forward. And they run into a guy just laying in the middle of the snow, and then they run into this monster that wants the guy, and they end up fighting this monster off, and he like almost pushes the boat over.
Yeah. The
And,
ship.
yeah, and you're like, what the fuck, man? This is awesome.
And that's what's
But-
really captivating is that opening scene. You're like, ooh, I like where this is going.
And another thing, like, I've never been like a huge Guillermo del Toro fan. I mean, I don't dislike anything he's done, but I'm not like a super fan or anything. But I mean, you could tell he put a lot of passion into this, and
It was his dream project.
yeah, I mean, the cinematography, like some of the shots are just breathtaking and beautiful, and you kind of get like immersed in the scenes that they show, like the sunlight coming over the horizon and stuff like that.
Gorgeous.
And I don't even know if it's real or CGI, but
But it's fantastic.
obviously he's not a fan of that stuff. He likes real sets.
Well, I mean, you still got to use, like, obviously the whole Antarctic scene
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
is kind of, you know, backgrounds are all CGI.
Yeah, blue screen or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautifully done movie. Could the relationship between Frankenstein and the monster be a little bit better? Probably. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was nice to turn the lights off and really get lost in that universe for a couple of hours. But yeah, I mean, everybody, Christopher Waltz was good in it. But I mean,
Always.
that dude, he could just not be in anything and not speak and be great. I mean, he's such a good actor. But yeah, I mean, the movie is just well done all around, and I gave it 4 stars, and I'm sure other people think it's a perfect movie or a 4.5-star movie. But I mean, I'm really giving it 4 stars because I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So it was like, I know I'm going to sound like a snob here, but it's hard to stay interested in something that you're not like a huge fan of. But I still watched it. I still enjoyed it, and I think it's a solid movie, man, and it's one that I'll probably revisit at some point in the near future if I've got time. I mean, it's a long movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 152 minutes. So yeah, it's a long fucking movie.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, a lot of these movies have been super long to
Yeah.
one to watch.
And you know, listen, I'm fine with a long movie.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes long movies, the pacing, you're just kind of like, oh, I didn't realize it was a long movie. But this one, you definitely do. But man, the sets are great, and I really appreciate that he built all those sets. And I saw an interview where he was like, fuck AI and fuck this, and I'm just like, I like that dude, man. He's all right.
Yeah.
I do think it's creepy though. They were showing, somebody posted a video of like, it was like a bunch of clips of him hugging the dude that plays Frankenstein. Do you recognize that dude? Jacob
Elordi?
Elordi? Yeah.
A little bit, but then I know he's been in stuff, but I just
He was
can't-
in Euphoria.
See, I haven't watched Euphoria.
You haven't watched Euphoria? What the fuck, Rob? How long did we talk about Euphoria on this show?
A lot.
And he just sat there like and pretended like he watched
I
it.
thought I'd seen it.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
I know Tracy wants to watch it.
That dude was really big on Euphoria. He plays Eric Dane's son, and he's like the dude. He dates these 2 sisters.
Okay.
And he secretly bangs what's her face, Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, okay. So
Like there's a scene in Euphoria where the one sister goes to the bathroom and he's in the bathroom trying to bang the other sister. And she's like, come on, let me in. And he's like, get in the fucking shower now.
I think I've seen a clip of that.
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, because, I mean, it's pretty well shared. But, yeah, Frankenstein, man, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Frankenstein in general, but this was good, man. It's just a really good movie. And you can just tell, like, the passion that Guillermo del Toro has when you watch this movie. He really does a good job of sharing his passion on the big screen with this. And I was telling you guys on this episode right when it started, I wish I would have went to the theaters and seen this. I really wish I would have made time and saw it on the big screen. Saw it on the IMAX.
Yeah.
But so what do you think, Rob?
So with Sleazy, with that, I don't really follow with Frankenstein. I've always liked Frankenstein integrated with other stories. Like
you haven't seen Frankenstein and the Hooker?
Frankenhooker?
It's not a real movie. I'm just joking.
Frankenhooker's a free movie.
Is it a real movie? I was just joking.
And I have it saved.
Oh, wow.
And I own it on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just joking. I didn't know there was is he a hooker?
Oh, I don't know.
Does he fall in love with a hooker?
I just know it's called Frankenhooker. That's all I know.
Okay, so go on.
So, but I prefer Frankenstein integrated with the stories with, Monster Squad, even though Van Helsing hasn't really aged well, but I always like that one integrated with the other monsters of the
A lot of
universe.
people hated Van Helsing.
I liked it because I liked the story, but it hasn't aged well. I know that for a fact. So, but they couldn't have picked a better director to do a Frankenstein movie with Guillermo del Toro.
Let's be clear here. They didn't pick it. Guillermo del Toro said, I'm doing it.
Well, that's fine. Because I liked one of the best things too is if you watch Cabinets of Curiosity, it has that feel to it. So you can tell that it is Guillermo del Toro's film. It's got that feel to it. If you watch any other ones,
by the way, Guillermo del Toro saw a UFO when he was a teenager drinking beer.
Some of the movies I can see why.
I'll have to find that interview for you guys, but he's like, I fucking saw it.
But he does a great job of building with the audience with a creature because he's done a lot of movies with creatures and he humanizes them and makes you connect with them. Yeah. And then same thing with, the Frankenstein's monster, the creature. It's just you feel sorry for him. You really get attached to his character.
Do you think that's like some kind of personal experience that he's, trying to show people?
And he does a lot of stuff with like.
Not that I'm saying he's an ugly dude or anything,
right.
But we all feel like we're, a lot of us do. We feel like we're not as attractive as other people or whatnot.
Well, he's been a monster kid all his life.
Yeah,
he was into horror movies and the monsters when he was young, and
you can definitely tell. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, like I said, you can just see the passion all through this movie.
Yeah. I can't.
If we were like rich, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to commission Del Toro to make a short film. And the only thing he has to do is he has to make Rob the monster.
But
Guillermo, turn my friend Rob into a monster. Anything you want to do to him, let's do it.
No problem.
In the final act, we will have this lady shoot insulin and to save his life.
But the cast is great. Oscar Isaac. You really, really despise him. I did in this film with his character. Mia Goth is probably her best performance I've seen.
Well, I mean.
Charles Dance, even though he's in it briefly, fantastic. Christopher Waltz, anything he's in, I'll watch.
Anything. My
gripe I just feel like this has been better as a series just because there's a relationship you can see develop with Mia Goth's character with the creature. It could have been more explored into it. But it just goes kind of quick. Like it's kind of forced.
I wish they would have shown more of that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of build that relationship. Yeah, I get what you're saying there.
So it's just, that's my only gripe with it. But, I mean, shot fantastically. Great cast.
He did a really good job of making Frankenstein like this force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and you don't really see that in the other films from what I recall.
I mean, motherfucker is literally pushing a
ship.
Yeah, a full-on exploratory ship almost over.
I mean, he's, tearing skin off of wolves. Apparently, stuff like that. It just really shows the power that the creature had, which I don't think really shown in that.
He has like some regenerative power or
That's
something
the thing
like that.
too. Like he can regenerate and heal.
Yeah.
Almost like he's almost had like the healing factor of Wolverine, basically. Almost.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't know. I just thought it was great. I feel like it'd be better as a series. Develop that character development with him and Mia Goth's character Elizabeth.
Well, not everything can be a series as much as we'd like it to be.
I know. I'm just saying. Just my
It's funny. Me and you love the long format cinema, and PBS is all about that short format movie cinema.
Well, there's certain movies that fit that format. Just like The Running Man. It doesn't need to be an over 2.5, like over 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
Hour and a half max.
Yeah.
And then there's certain movies like this where it can do 4 episodes to 6 episodes, really drawing out the character. But that's just my opinion.
I get it. All right. So you got anything else to say? I can't believe you didn't watch this.
I know.
Well, maybe next time we'll have your full
But
commitment
I'll give
to
you
it.
so I did the Charles Dance characters in that for a little bit. I always like him showing up as Victor's father.
Such a prick. But he's so good.
They changed some of the story around, like in the book.
See, look here. This is what we needed here
Yeah.
because
In
he's
book,
the Frankenstein fan.
his dad's not a dick. Like his father's very loving.
I was just gonna ask you that, because I'd always thought that the father was
prick.
more of a nurturer than a dickhead.
And then the mother does die, but I don't think she dies in childbirth. Not for any of his family. She dies like later in the book from a disease. And like I said, I haven't gotten too far in the movie, but they obviously use that at like his jumping off point to be like, I'm going to be better than my father. I'm going to be smarter than my father. So I'm going to cheat death and, sort of in a way save his mother kind of deal. And that changes the story a little bit, but not too much really. And I do, like you were talking about, in the book, Frankenstein is kind of superhuman just because of the way he's created and sort of the idea that him and Victor are sort of linked. Like we know that creature's not going to die, at least until Victor does, kind of stuff, and the way that plays out. So I'm curious to see how that works more. And that's sort of my big gripe with a lot of, as I was talking about rewatching Frankenstein movies, is they never, or almost never got around to letting the creature be intelligent. And in the books, or in the book, he is intelligent. He does learn how to read, and he talks about Paradise Lost and all this kind of stuff. And I'm curious to see how that plays out in the rest of the movie. And we've talked about it before when we talk about Del Toro. Like I don't necessarily love all of Del Toro's movies, but I love him.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's making movies.
That's kind of how I feel about him. Like I don't like every movie, but I love his passion and I love what he goes for when he makes a movie.
Yeah, I do wish, like I said, people have pointed out like the scenes early in the movie, like they do have that sort of Netflix CGI glaze on them, just because, at some point, if you're doing something with a big CGI background or whatever, you just sort of make the whole picture look like that in a way to hide it. And I was a little sad about that, but there are definitely other scenes in the movie that look really well shot. And
I could see this winning some awards for like costumes and sets and stuff
the
like
scene
that.
With the funeral where everybody's decked out in these really almost odd clothes and everything.
Yeah, yep.
So much. I hate to sound like the film guy, but I miss when movies were shot on film anymore, because all these movies just look too smooth. They all look too HD in a way.
Yeah.
Even though if you see an old movie on film, I mean it's clear as can be. Even when it's kind of grainy.
I get what you're saying. You definitely see the digital, digital versus film.
Again, last week we talked about watching like Ghostbusters 2, not like the peak of cinema or anything, but like it's a well shot, good looking movie, and it was just a movie shot on film, and they took the time to do the lighting and everything else. And I feel like with digital, sometimes they just don't take their time. And even somebody like Del Toro, who makes his movies look good, kind of misses out on something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like they're not, I keep thinking like movies are too smooth. I need to feel like the grittiness of a movie, and I don't feel that.
You should feel like you're in that environment, and not watching a soap opera mode.
And people talk about it all the time. Like and it makes everything in the movie kind of look new.
Yeah.
And like you said, not lived in. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like a kind of real world sometimes. And I wish they maybe got a little more with that in this one, but it'll look good.
Yeah, like the laboratory shouldn't be shining shit. Like,
Right.
like it should be dirty, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel that way with a lot of things. And, you know, like there's really hasn't been like movies that I've fallen in love with that are recent, you know, where I'm like, oh my God, like it's just so amazing the way it looks and all that. Like it's hard for these movies to like really feel like you're in there.
And, and it can be done. Like, I thought, Sinners and like One Battle
Yeah.
After Another. Those were good looking movies.
Yeah.
They took the time. They made it feel that way. And everything.
One Battle After Another is such a well done movie all around. I fucking love that movie. That might be like one of my favorite movies from the past decade or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm 100% with you on that. Does that mean we're cinema bros?
Yeah. I do
It's
like
like I don't like to.
I do like to call myself a film bro, just like ironically.
I'm just a guy that likes movies. I'm not like.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm not like some of these guys on TikTok where I'm analyzing every last goddamn thing about them.
You know what makes me
Well, that's
feel
like kind of like their job almost. So
Yeah.
they kind of have.
But
to.
even if it was my job, I like there is a point where you have to treat movies for how and what they are.
Yeah.
And not everything is an Oscar-worthy movie. Like some movies are made for different tempos, and they all have different goals that they set out to accomplish.
And not every movie needs to be an Oscar movie.
Yeah, no.
What makes me feel most like a film bro is when people talk about like Christopher Nolan and especially Interstellar, because Interstellar is one of my favorite movies from the last 20 years. But that's like a film bro kind of basic favorite film now. And I'm like, I remember when that came out and people didn't like it.
Yeah.
I remember calling you, and you and I went and saw it in IMAX 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And we were trying to tell everybody to go see it, and everybody's kind of like, I get around to it.
I think
now it's like your standard film bro favorite movie.
we were both in the theater like tearing up on some of those scenes, and I was like,
it's
"You
tough.
didn't see this."
It's tough. Some of that scenes in that. movie.
Oh, when he's watching the videos of his kids
Jesus
growing up,
Christ.
you're like,
When he-
"God
when he-
damn!"
When he comes back to older her at the end of the movie. in the
Yeah.
Oh my
hospital.
God, dude.
And that's my most film,
And
when I feel most
She's
film
like,
bro.
"Go find her,"
Yeah,
and
go
you're
find-
just like,
get out of the
"God
way."
damn it!"
It's like, and then you
Can
want
he just enjoy his fucking daughter for a minute?
It's just like, why? It's like he's leaving already.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel most film bro. I'm like, no, film bros didn't like that movie when it came out. They just like it now.
I'm the OG. I liked it.
Yeah, I've always been a Nolan fan, man. Like that's my dude. Like
I'm not
hands
like-
down my favorite director.
I do want to watch Tenet. I've heard mixed reviews about Tenet.
Tenet's a tough movie to watch. Like if you aren't paying attention or
That's
you
what I've
just
heard.
don't know how like what they're going for, like you can like it's not for the average person.
Yeah.
It
I'll
was
say I'll tell you that right now.
Don't believe it, Rob. It's a very obvious movie about what's going on. Some people just can't think about it both ways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I liked Tenet when I finally saw it. That's another one that I was like, I didn't see that in a theater.
I feel like that's a movie where you every time you watch it, you pick something else up and you like it even more.
I think it's
But
I think
it's
it's
definitely
over.
like if you didn't like Primer, like that type of time travel movie, like you probably are gonna like Tenet. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
I love Plus One. It's a
I
great
think
movie.
it's
Yeah, you'll like it. Yeah.
It's just I think it's overhated. I think it came out during the pandemic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
it
that's probably
came out during a very trying time for everybody in the world, so I can see why people just did not like it.
Yeah.
And side note with the Frankenstein, just like I mentioned how like I like Frankenstein with other creatures and like intricate in other stories, and just like Penny Dreadful, like I liked it in that.
Penny Dreadful was really good.
Dude, Penny Dreadful was fucking awesome. Dude.
I really enjoyed that. I had our boy Josh what's his name?
Josh no, it's Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett.
Yep.
And then it had old girl from Doctor Who in it.
Billy Piper.
Doctor Who. Yeah, you actually get to see Billy Piper naked. Like I
want to fuck something that's dying.
Is it weird that I always like when she was on Doctor Who, I was like, God damn, Billy Piper's sexy, man. And then I saw her naked in Penny Dread, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, dude. She's got a couple sex scenes. And then I saw her naked, and I was like, yeah, she's not all that. She's not all that.
Right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no if she were to offer.
I hope one day Billy Piper can meet him and be like, he's not all that.
Well, I wouldn't expect her to think I'm all that, but
I expect him to be sleazy.
I hope she goes like, oh my God.
wouldn't that be some shit if I brought Billy Piper over here one day? Like, we both think we're mid.
And you could see Billy Piper choking back in the vomit like,
Yeah. This poor.
This peasant.
She dated Matt Smith for a little bit, I thought. Didn't she?
I don't recall.
Nah, but Billy Piper is like Britney Spears over there.
Yeah, she was a big pop star.
Yeah, before she even got on Doctor Who. So, but then again, it's like, do you think if you saw Britney Spears naked, you'd be like, it's not all that? Or do you think you'd be like, okay.
I feel like 18-year-old me and 40-year-old me have different answers to that question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, when she was younger, she wasn't as skinny or whatever. You know what I mean? She had a little bit of thickness to her for that body type she had. But I feel like now she's like this super toned, and obviously all she does is dance now. But I don't know. Like, I'm just not into the super fit lady, I guess you could say. I need a little meat,
See the conspiracy theories that say she's really dead and it's not her?
No, I haven't seen that.
I think it was some.
Is that the same thing with?
Boy, that would make sense.
Lavigne. So I think it's sort of the same thing.
Yeah.
I've heard the Avril Lavigne one. Like, she died in a drinking and driving accident or something like that, and they replaced her.
Some of that shit's wild though.
Like, why would they replace Avril Lavigne? Like, people are going to be
of all people. Yeah.
like, it's going to cause this like giant shift in civilization where people go crazy. Like, nobody would care. I mean, obviously her fans would, but
it's like a shift in the timeline if they don't. Bring it back.
Right.
Like, is it the fucking Marvel universe?
Nah, but like to go back, I just want to ride this horse a little bit. So, Rob, do you think Britney Spears was more attractive back in the day, or do you think like would you say no nowadays?
I would say no nowadays because that motherfucker carries knives and would cut me.
I wouldn't say no.
I mean, back in the day, more attractive, but there's something.
Rob, you'd be gay if you said no.
I wouldn't say no, but I mean, I'd be cautious.
You'd be no. I'd be like, I'd be like, can I send a picture to my friends? Nah.
Put down that knife first.
Nah, I mean, it has nothing to do with her aging, but I feel like she's.
Just Trish Stratus. I mean, she's better now.
That's another thing. I think Trish Stratus looks a lot better nowadays. So isn't that weird? Like, some people look better when they age, and other people, they
just
don't
take care of themselves. And
I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just want
to. You're reaching here.
I just want to bullshit. I'm
just talking with you too. I don't know.
All right, I think we've had enough of that. So we didn't even get you. Like, would you say no?
To Britney Spears now?
Yeah. You can't say no.
I mean, Rob's got a point about the knives and the general craziness.
She wouldn't kill you though.
Shit, she's got a touch of the psycho. You see those eyes?
Whatever.
I told you. I think we talked about it before, but maybe those people who said she needed to be in the conservatorship had a little bit of a point.
I do think. Yeah, she's definitely.
Yeah.
She's got a couple marbles loose, but
or maybe she's acting that way because she had to be so repressed for years. Who knows?
Yeah, but you're dancing around the question here.
I mean, I don't suppose I could say no.
Am I right?
If she held me at knife point, I wouldn't say
no.
no.
Am I right that you'd be gay if you said no?
I don't know if you'd be gay, but
oh, come on, if you told your friends like I had the chance to fuck Britney Spears.
Look, if we like rewind time. Get one of those UFO time bubbles and like 20
the warp bubbles.
Yeah, if we go back in the warp bubble and like 20-year-old me and like 20, I don't know, I don't even know how she is. She's got to be a few years older than us. But like if 20-year-old me and like 22 or 4-year-old Britney, that'd be like a hard yes, easy.
Even bald Britney Spears, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the one you need to be worried about.
Let me help you cut your hair, baby.
Do you think Rob really took a UAP back? He's like, warp bubble, take me to Britney Spears before she freaks out.
Yeah.
And he's shaving her head in the back of that car. Like, all right, now you can go buy your cigarettes.
Playing some weird ass music.
You don't need that Kevin Federline. You got me.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you for this episode of La Sleazy Podcast. We'll be back in a few weeks. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.